Hey guys, so if you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm doing a review on the MAC Full Coverage Foundation. It's an oldie but goodie favorite of mine. As you can see, mine is well used. If you've ever used this product before, you know it is quite thick, and using the amount that I have, it takes quite a long time to get through that. So yeah, I would just like to do a review on this, and if you would like to see the review, then just keep on watching. So as always, when I review a product, I like to start off by reading what the company claims that this product does. And for the MAC Full Coverage Foundation, MAC claims that this is a smooth, blendable formula that was developed for the professional makeup artist who wanted an emollient-based foundation with full coverage. I will agree with that. It is very emollient, and yes, it is very full coverage. It is water-resistant and long-wearing. It can cover most scars, blemishes, and birthmarks. I would also agree with that as well. Although, if you are oily, long-wearing, not so much. You will have to touch up a lot, and it can tend to break up in your T-zone if you're like super oily like I am. Anywho, it says the cream cake can achieve sheer coverage by applying a small amount using a moist sponge, or full coverage by stippling it on with a dry sponge. Yes, that is true. I did not apply enough to achieve like a very full, opaque full coverage today. So yeah, it can be sheared down, and you can achieve a sheer coverage with this product as well. It says it's compatible with latex and other special effects synthetics, and it's great for beauty photography. And I would also agree with that too, especially for photography. This covers pretty much everything, and it photographs beautifully. It has no SPF in it, so you won't get any flashback, and yeah, it just looks great on camera. One thing I will say though is that if you are going to use it around your under eye area or anywhere with like fine lines and wrinkles, be aware that it can tend to sink into those lines and wrinkles and make them a little bit more pronounced. The key claims and benefits of this foundation from the MAC website, it says long wearing, it's 12 hours. I would say probably yeah, if you have like a dry, normal, or even maybe a combo skin, not so much oily skin. Crease proof, depends on where you put it. If there's like little fine lines and stuff, I would say yeah, it probably would sink into those unless you like really set it really good or like bake under your eyes. Water resistant, I would say yeah. I've been caught out in the rain with it before, and it didn't have like little spots all over my face where the raindrops hit. But I wouldn't recommend going like swimming with it or anything like that. It says ophthalmologist tested, dermatologist tested, non-acneogenic, and it's for all skin types. I don't know anything about ophthalmology, but yeah, it doesn't really break me out, and it hasn't broken out anyone else that I've used it on. So yeah, I will say that it's not acneogenic. The product itself is about, let me check here, it says $33, and you get 28 grams, or 1 US ounce, which is a very generous amount of product, considering the thickness of it. Yeah. The things I use to apply this foundation, I've used the MAC 130, I think it's the 130. Pretty sure it's the 130. I've used my fingers, just regular old fingers. I just like to use my ring finger and just pat it underneath my under eye area for, you know, covering redness or darkness or, you know, what have you. It's really good to cover up like blemishes with. Like I have a little blemish right on my chin right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's slightly visible because I didn't put on a lot of coverage, but even just like the little bit of coverage that I did buff on, excuse me, over the little breakout nasty that I have here, it covered it up pretty well. And I wasn't really even trying to cover it that much. I just wanted to, you know, throw on like a nice sheer layer just to, you know, demo the foundation for you guys. But yeah, it will cover blemishes for sure. It's good if you just take like a, you know, little bit of it on your fingers and then just be like bam right over it, and it'll just cover it right up. If you're going to wear this foundation, you absolutely do need to powder it, and it is not transfer resistant either. So if you rub on your face, you will rub the foundation right off of your face. Like if you rubbed it on your shirt, it would come off on your shirt. And yeah, if you don't powder it, it's just gonna slide all over the place. You really need to set it in place. The powders that I've used with it are the Studio Fix powder from MAC, the compact version. I think I have one right here. I have my little Studio Fix powder, NW15, this guy. I have used the Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder. That one works really well, and I've also used the Makeup Forever HD Pressed Powder and the loose one as well. Those all work fine. I would say any powder would really work fine with this. Just make sure you powder the foundation down really good, and yeah, so it's not moving around or settling into lines or just getting like horribly oily on you. The finish of this foundation, I would say, is about a demi-matte, maybe slightly on the satin side, depending on, you know, if you powder it or not, but it's definitely a demi-matte finish. It's not matte by any means, and it's not dewy. I mean, you can make it dewy, you know, by prepping your skin the right way with, you know, different moisturizers and things, or even like, you know, like a shimmery primer or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely like a demi-matte finish. This foundation would be really good for a makeup artist to have in their kit because you could use this on pretty much any skin type or skin tone. It comes in a really wide range of colors, and you could even use, like, say, like my skin tone as a highlight since I'm so pale, and a darker one to contour with, and, you know, a medium tone, whatever, you know, what have you. It's very versatile. You can pretty much just use it for anything. You could even use it just as a spot concealer in conjunction with another foundation, and it would work just fine doing that. So yeah, it's really good for makeup artists to have in their kit, and you really do get a generous amount of product too, so yeah, it's very cost effective, and yeah, very versatile. So yeah, I think that's all about all I have to say about this foundation. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and if you want to see me at how I apply this foundation, then just stay tuned for that. Okay, so I've already got my face primed and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my MAC Full Coverage Foundation, and for applying that, I'm going to use the MAC one, I think this is the 130. I don't remember, the numbers rubbed off, but it's the small duo fiber kind of blending brush, you know, little round one. And I'm just going to go into my full coverage with that, just swirl it around in there, and then I just apply it around on my face. I usually start at the center first, because this is where I have the most redness, and I just kind of slap it on there. And you really don't need a lot. Like, by starting out from the center and blending outwards, you're going to get enough coverage since this product is so thick. So I just put it on in these areas here. Put a little more, and then on my forehead, and then I just get my nose. And then I go ahead and blend it all out. So this is what the foundation looks like just on its own. I haven't powdered or done anything to it yet. As you can see, it's kind of like a demi-matte kind of satin finish. That's full coverage. I didn't put on like enough to make it full coverage. That's what I like about this foundation, is you can put on as little or as much as you want, and you can kind of adjust the coverage to what you need. But yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back, and I will show you the finished look. And yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so this is what it looks like when everything's done. You know, I just powdered, you know, added a little blush, some contour, you know, the usual. And yeah, as you can see, even though it's a full coverage foundation, I didn't really build it up and make it look too heavy. You don't need to be scared of the name full coverage. You don't have to build it up to be, you know, this big, cakey, you know, full coverage, heavy looking mask. I mean, unless you want to. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, if you did enjoy the video, then click the like button on down below, and go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!